Hi there. I am Kululwa Mutwa and welcome to Property Market Moves. In this episode, I am sitting with Sbusiso Dladla, the accounting authority at the, oh my goodness, Services SETA. You know, it's I wanted to go with that long word, services, sector, education. Oh my goodness. Yeah. How are you?
No, I'm good. I'm good. Just to correct it a bit, the accounting authority is actually the administrator.
Okay.
There's the officials of the organization, especially at the executive level. These things they get out.
And someone says, "How did you let that? How did you let that go?"
You say this one is talking above his role.
Okay, all right. Thank you for that. Who is Busiso? Before we go into the conversation about the work that you do as the Services SETA.
Okay. Well, SBU is basically an official, a public servant.
Yeah.
I grew up in Mpumalanga, but quickly realized that the type of jobs and the type of life that I wanted to basically pursue professionally was not well suited where I come from.
Okay.
So I've basically been in Gauteng since 2004.
Okay.
From studying to starting as a trainee auditor with Auditor General, working myself around the public space.
Okay.
I worked in a few municipalities in terms of audit, and finally found myself at the Services SETA. So pretty much most of my professional life would have been at the Services SETA in terms of management role. So I moved up from senior manager in skills planning to an executive for skills planning, corporate service, and now as of last year, as the acting CEO when the former CEO resigned, and basically just supporting the organization to come together, and achieve our mandate as well.
All right. For those who don't know about the work of the Services SETA, what is its mandate, and what solution is the Services SETA geared to provide?
Okay. So Services SETA is one of 21 SETAs, sector education and training authorities.
Yeah.
Our primary role is basically the services industry, the funding of skills development, ensuring that those who are working in the industry are adequately trained and have the right capabilities to make sure that the industries succeed. Secondly, also to support those who are working within the industry as well.
Okay.
And also the support for new entrants. So we fund a variety of programs coming from your learnerships, internships, bursary funding as well. Higher education institutions, public higher education institutions, which is TVETs and universities.
Okay.
We also support your SMEs, NGOs, CBOs with community-based projects as well. Lately, I can say over the last 5 years, there's been a push to also support entrepreneurship. So we do cover some entrepreneurial programs, entrepreneurship incubation as well.
Okay.
Support for small businesses, cooperatives.
Yeah.
And we also, because of the nature of our work, we also need to ensure that those who are training in the space are properly accredited. So we accredit training providers, we accredit assessors and moderators, workplaces, and also develop qualifications that are aligned to our industries as well.
Services are wide, right? Very wide and broad. And if we bring it back then, because we come from the property sector, what are there any specific areas within the property sector that you are focusing on?
Okay, so
professionalized, previously. So anyone could just come in. But when we are now, having those skills, reskilling and upskilling, the people, then we're actually making sure that there's professionalization, within those roles, because that is important, to have the right people who are going to be managing, the state asset base, and not just someone who, because market
well. So it's now we are not only discussing the training component. Now we're discussing the life of a student throughout their training.
When we look at our rural communities, now we know that access to anything sometimes, is influenced by proximity to where that service is being provided. And you spoke to some interventions then that are coming closer to where the people are to reduce, the travel time. Do we find that in rural communities we've got an improvement in terms of uptake? Firstly, in terms of offering, so service providers who are going into the rural environments to provide internships, learnerships, and these types of programs, and then uptake from the community, or do we still have a challenge of probably the workplace because we've got maybe limited workplaces in those areas? How do we navigate around this, involving the rural communities in the programs?
For that specifically, we need targeted approaches, right? For like if you're saying it's a rural program, are we taking the learners out of the rural area into town to study, or are we taking the
program to the rural,
which is what we actually should be focusing on? So as a SETA, we over the couple of years that I've actually been with the institution, there's been a lot of programs that have been specifically targeted at rural training, which means that the providers that we appoint must actually go and train in the rural areas. That means that you must provide additional support in terms of equipment, you must provide additional support in terms of facilities to train. So even the facilities must be accredited at the rural side. So a team at the SETA would go and assess the facility, and if it's adequate, would accredit it so that training can happen there. If it's not adequate, we have remedial steps that can be done so that the site can be accredited. We've built a number of skill centers in rural areas as well, in partnership with TVETs and CETs as well, to say that in this particular community, if there's training that is aligned to the SETA, it will be done in this center. And this particular college will drive that training. That has also helped a lot. Just recently, we issued a funding window targeting designated groups. So it would target institutions, providers that deal with designated groups. So your youth, your rural training, your disability training, so that we bring in the experts as well. Because anyone can say, I can train in a rural area, but you don't have access to the rural community, then the funding is not used for what it's intended for. So that will also help us channel the resources properly into rural training for in this particular example, right? So those targeted and directed programs, and also the provisioning of the actual equipment and the facilities also helps. Just to Lala's point on this one is also using the resources that are there through community colleges as well, because they have your normal community centers, which is your structured centers, but they also have learning centers, which are now your campuses in a lot of communities across the country. So accessing those centers gives us better access to rural funding and training. So that dynamic change in terms of where we are focusing our areas of support also helps us to gain access into those communities as well.
You touched on the aspect of technology when it comes to youth. I think when we're looking at, I guess, across all different sectors, and certainly for the property sector, where we find that, technology, sustainability, and, these different components have become, have come up higher on in terms of focus. How are we aligning the training programs to ensure that, we are future-proofed in terms of, these nuances?
So the big thing now is the transition to occupational qualifications, which basically also brings in the elements of technology, how to use technology within the different occupations, what are the changes that we are seeing in the different industries.